Theatrical Shenanigans Play a Day. Day 1. Hello there and welcome to day 1 of the biggest project we've ever had here on Theatrical Shenanigans. In support of the Facing February Playwriting Challenge being run by the fabulous Deborah A. Cole, a playwright from Kansas, USA, we'll be bringing you a different short play every day throughout the month of February, and we start with one written by me. The play is entitled Alone, and in it we meet George, who's been living in a shack in a frozen wasteland for 12 years. But when a strange girl appears from nowhere dressed in summer clothes, George starts to question that which has become familiar. Theatrical Shenanigans presents Alone by Rachel Feeny-Williams.
Jackson, stay. Good boy. Well, boy, what do you think? Day 4,382, the lucky charm? Nope, I suppose not. 30 years of telling people I wanted to be left alone, and now 12 years of my own company. I'm not going to lie, Jackson, it's not what I thought it would be. For starters, you're lousy company. I kid. You're delightful. Don't you worry, though, boy. Someone will find us. Soon.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there?
Yeah, I am. 30 years with no response, and I forget how to use a damn thing. I am here.
Please, you have to help me.
Where are you? What are your... What the fuck? Jackson, what's got you so excited? Jackson, wait! Don't go! What the hell? "12 years, and then she just appears as though dressed for, well, summer. Where the hell did you come from?" Oh, don't be ridiculous. Now, I don't know how she got here, but she didn't fall through a time vortex. She'll need something for when she wakes up. Yeah, of course she's going to wake up. Just tomato soup. Oh, well, what would you make? We don't have any steak. Not unless I go hunting. Could. Now see what you did? You woke her up. Yeah, of course I wanted to wake her up, but I meant eventually.
Oh God, where am I?
Well, your precise coordinates are...
Jesus Christ, who are you?
Name's George. Coffee?
Yeah. Sure?
Well, I say coffee, but it's not up to much. Not since I switched to instant. But with the beans running out, you have to make do.
Couldn't you have bought more?
You really have no idea where you are, do you?
I'd say that much. It was obvious. Oh, God.
Problem?
No. Not at all. So, where am I?
Well, this is my little mountain getaway.
But I can't be. I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, believe it, kid. You're sharing my home away from home.
And you choose to live here? In this weather?
Well, it wasn't the plan. I came up here 12 years ago, after my wife left me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was that I came to get away from. Then, there was the avalanche. And the blizzard. And, well, I never went back down.
You never tried to get back to civilization?
Why would I want to do that? That was what I wanted to escape from.
You're a regular hermit, then?
Yep. Me and Jackson were a regular Robert and Sam.
What?
Robert and Sam, the guy and his dog from I Am Legend.
Seriously? That's your reference? That film is like 1,000,000 years old.
Well, I happen to like it. Yeah, and so does Jackson.
So you really don't have a job or family?
Nah, I paid in full for the place, stocked it with supplies, and have been living that way ever since.
I wouldn't call it living.
It has its days of excitement.
Oh?
I've been using the radio to try and communicate with people, but until today, nothing.
Until today?
I heard a girl's voice asking for help. It wasn't you, was it?
I don't remember having a radio. Then again, I don't remember much.
Odd.
So, Jackson, is that after the singer?
Yeah, well, it's not after the president. So, what do you remember?
Honestly, not much. I just know...
What?
I can't stay here.
Oh.
Come on. This isn't living. You have enough equipment to go out there and find people. It's not like the rest of the world stopped.
I'm happy where I am.
But don't you...
Look! You don't just get to drop out of the sky and tell me how I live my life. Jackson, shut up!
George, please. Maggie wouldn't want...
What did you say?
I
never told you my wife's name.
You...
Who are you?
George, please.
How did you find me? What do you want?
To get you out of here.
I'm happy where I am.
And where is that, George?
My winter getaway.
No. You can't hide from this. I won't let you.
Stop it!
What happened to Maggie, George?
She left me. She broke my heart.
That's not true, and you know it.
Just go, please.
What happened 12 years ago, George?
Don't!
You have to remember.
No, I don't!
You and Maggie went out for your anniversary dinner. It was cold that night and the roads were slippery.
Please stop.
Maggie wanted to take a taxi, but you knew better. The car skidded before you could stop it.
I didn't mean to.
I know, George. I know.
I opened my eyes and the car was upside down. Maggie was in her seat and she wasn't moving. What? Why is the radio making that sound?
It's what you're hiding from, George.
What are you talking about?
When Maggie died in the accident, you slipped into a coma, and you've been that way ever since.
No! I come up here all the time. Just for some peace and quiet.
Then how would you explain me, George? A girl in a dress, found in the snow, miles from anywhere. I just happened to land on your doorstep. And what about Jackson, George?
Jackson? Jackson? Jackson! What did you do with him?
He's not real, George. He was just a small piece of companionship you gave yourself. It was just another way to trap yourself here. Because he needed you.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You'll never be able to move on because your mind keeps you here, in this frozen wasteland, punishing yourself.
It's what I deserve.
No, George, it's not.
Yeah, and what the hell would you know about it?
She sent me.
Maggie?
She could see what this torture was doing to you, and she couldn't bear it, George. Maggie knows her death wasn't your fault.
You're lying.
Am I? Then where did I get this?
That ring. Where did you get it?
You know where I got it, George. Deep down, you know.
I wanted to give this to Maggie that night for our anniversary.
She knows. She knew you'd need proof. As stubborn as a mule, she said.
Yeah, she always did have a way with words.
The words to describe the way she felt about you never changed, you know.
I'm scared.
You don't need to be. I'll be right there with you, all the way.
I can.
You can, George. You know now in your heart that you're punishing yourself. It was never about Maggie's forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself.
Oh, how?
By leaving this place with me and moving on.
But what if it's a mistake? What if I'm meant to be here?
We don't tend to make mistakes.
And who are you?
I'm the person taking you in out of the cold, George. For Maggie's sake, as well as your own.
Jackson? Jackson, wait! Where are you going?
He's free, George. There's nothing to hold you here anymore. It's time to go home.
That was Alone by Rachel Feeny-Williams, with George Sapio as George and Rachel Feeny-Williams as Alice. Theatrical Shenanigans is part of an RFW Scripts production, found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts and Podbean. Theme music is written and produced by Chris Cody.